Hello guys, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we all doing? I hope we are doing well. How is the weather treating us today? How are we doing? Happy Sunday. Did you go to church? Or you stayed at home like me? How are we doing? Yes, nice. How are we doing? Did you stay at home like me, or you just you went to church, or you? So how are you doing? Invite your friends, come and join me. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about the reality of life. Let's talk about this topic. This elevate ourselves, how we can learn from one another. Yes. So how are we doing? Are we great? Hope the cold is not too much. We changed our time yesterday, last night. And some people, like my sister here, she didn't even know the time was changed. I have to tell her this evening that the time has been changed. Yeah, so are you one of those ones that didn't realize that the time was changed, just like my sister here? So how are we doing today? As you can see on my table, on my topic, I put it there: old school versus new school. So the point is old school parenting versus new school parenting. It's a very interesting topic that we are going to talk about. So and I can guarantee you that most of us that was born in, would I say, 60s, 70s, 80s, perhaps early 90s, can relate to our old school upbringing, because this new generation, they don't seem to understand the old school generation way of parenting. So are we, with the new school generation, are we getting it wrong with our parenting, or perhaps we are not doing what our parents did when they were parenting us, or we intend to do less? That's why the children of this generation are not I don't know. It's just going to be an interaction section where everyone are going to bring their own idea, bring their own belief, and then their initiative to say this is the reason why the society is like this. Because looking at the children of this millennium, sometimes it grip. I know there's a lot that have changed over the years compared to when we were growing up. A lot have changed, and during the time of us as a child, we've learned so much. I think that is what made us who we are today. When we left our various country, not having parents here, not having brothers, sisters, or guardians, we were able to maneuver our way to settle properly in a place that there was no even parental guidance. And I think our growing up have a lot to do with our way of taking things, because the society now, or the children now, their stamina of receiving things or taking things is quite on a different level. They haven't got that, they don't have it. the way we have it. When a child is growing up back home at 7, 8, 9 years, they are doing stuff, they are cooking, they are using knife, they are doing that, they are doing this, they are fetching water, they are going that, they are putting jerry can in their head, going to the stream to go and get water. They are so there's a lot. When we're growing up, there's a lot we did. Those things have actually made us who we are today. But this society or this millennial age, because they have everything at the tip of their fingers, they have everything at the tip of their finger, but there's a lot that is going on behind the scene with the children of this millennium. When I was growing up, I never used to know what they call depression within children. Perhaps there was at that time, but because it was not recognized, so we don't know that there was something called depression. Or perhaps there's a child that is suffering from HDAD, yeah, and then we'll think, oh, we'll say something like, oh, this person doesn't have sense, or we'll say, oh, this person is, we have a name that we'll call the person and say Moswo, or you know, you will say stuff like that, but not realizing that there's an underlying issue there. So my take here is there is no support back home, and we intend to kind of cast them and make them feel lonely and don't want to associate with them. Looking back now, I think that's the mistake we made, because those people that have all those needs at that time, there was no proper support for them. There was no proper support whatsoever. There was no awareness to say this is what this person is going through, this is the support this person needs. There was no awareness of that at that time. Meanwhile, in the Western world, there is a support for any child that is going through whatever they are going through. There is a support. But in that point of support, or in that point of awareness, they've made us to be aware of what is going on in the society, the things that is going on among children, how the child will turn up well, how the child wouldn't turn up well, the child will have a behavior issue. There's a lot that goes on. There is a lot that goes on with children here. So my take is it the society, or I really don't understand, because it's a question that I keep asking myself. There's a lot of facilities, there's a lot of things, there's a support, there's a lot of awareness, there is things that you need to know as a parent, but there's a lot that is within the society. You see children that have disability, that have different kind of whatever name they give it, and there's support. And then you see other children, they are okay, they are normal, they are well okay, and they have things at the tip of their fingers, and they don't want to, they are home. But today my topic, I'm treating on the ones that is okay, that is well, but they don't want to help. And then you see some children, they want to help. You see some children, they don't want to help. Or you see some children, they are okay, but they have a lot to deal with outside. And then you as a parent that have a lot to deal with, coming back from work, and you have children that's giving you wahala, let me put it that way, or it's giving you stress. How do you deal with it as a parent? How do you manage that situation? Because I believe all parents want their children to do well. All parents want their children to do well in life. But if you're in that situation where your child is not doing well, or you're in that situation your child is giving you problem, do you think it is necessary to, yes, there's a place of keeping it and don't share it among people, because that's our belief. We feel that when our child have issue, when we discuss it, our society kind of stigmatize us. So I believe that's the main reason why we don't like to talk about it, or we don't like to share it. But my advice here is let's try and start supporting ourselves, because there's a lot that is going on out there that we don't realize, that that is causing people to be depressed. I'm telling you, people are looking for people to talk to. People are looking for, who can I talk to? Who, especially when they have a concern regarding their child, and they feel like, okay, this person must have gone through this. Is it because they are not saying it doesn't mean they are not going through, they haven't gone through that? Is that the reason why? So I'm calling forth our mothers and our fathers that they've got grown-up children, because to me, with my personal experience, I believe as a parent, the most challenging part is when children start making decisions on their own. That is the most difficult part in parenting, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, you are free to call me out. If I am wrong, you are free to call me out. I think, as my personal experience, the most difficult part of parenting is when a child start making their own decisions. When children start making their own decisions, as a parent, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? Children of this society, when they are 18, they intend to kind of adults, okay? They have that freedom of adulthood. Some of them go to uni. Some of them want to make their own decision, doing apprenticeship, doing internship. They want to go straight into work. So as a parent, how do you deal with that? Especially when you have some children that they are challenging ones, the challenging children. When you have a challenging child and you are a parent here, how did you deal with that situation? Was it a tough one for you to deal with? Or perhaps my society, we are very good at saying, oh, I've raised my children up, glory be to God, they are all grown up now. This one is doing doctor, the other one is a physician, the other one is a lecturer, the other one is we give them all sorts of names. That's what we are good at. What we are not good at is what's educating upcoming parents to say, yes, my child is doing really well now, but that wasn't the case. When he was growing up, this is what he went through. And this is what I went through as a mom or as a dad. This is my strategies of how I supported this child. Are we bold enough to support ourselves in that sense? Are we bold enough to encourage ourselves as a parent to say, my child that you're saying now that I can bold of to say is a physician, is a optician, is a radiography, is this and that, is that, it wasn't the case. Are we bold enough as a parents to support ourselves? Especially we that is in the Western world, are we bold enough to support ourselves? Are we bold enough to tell ourselves to say, you know what, yes, my child is doing really well today, but that wasn't the case. Yes, my child have turned around to be a good child today, but that wasn't the case. Are we bold enough to talk to ourselves? Are we bold enough to educate ourselves and to encourage other parents that is going through a tough time now, that is going through tough time with their children that have got it wrong? Because we have parents sobbing. We have parents that is crying behind the scene. They are shy. They don't even want to speak out because, you know, they feel when they speak out, people are going to laugh at them. People are going to stigmatize them. People are going to stereotype them. People are going to make them feel less of themselves. So for that reason, they are keeping it to themselves. They are not telling the world what they are going through. And they are dealing with it by themselves. They are dealing with it by themselves. Can we support ourselves as a community? Let's start coming together. Let's start supporting ourselves. Let's start supporting ourselves. We can do it. We can do it. Let's start supporting ourselves. We can do it. My culture, we are very good at not supporting ourselves. Perhaps I am wrong. Again, you can pull me out if I am wrong, which I completely understand, because when you intend to say something, somebody might laugh at you. Or perhaps if you're going to church and then you tell your pastor might tell this one, or you tell your friend might tell this one, or you tell this one. So for that reason, we tend to kind of cover it up, but we are dealing with it. And you see, they say problems say have solved. That is the reason why this platform is here, so that we can come together and share our idea, support ourselves, elevate ourselves, tell ourselves that it's okay. It's okay to break down. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel, yes, where did I get it wrong? It's okay to say, yes, I was not the best mother. I was not the best father. What can I do to make myself good? What can I do to support this child? Because we, as a parents, we can do what we can to look after our children. But at the end of the day, they have their life. They have their life to make the decision. Especially when they get to that age of 18, when they start making their own decision. A child can just wake up tomorrow and tell you that, Mom, I'm going to South Africa. I'm going to North Africa. What are you going to do? You can't do anything. He's an adult. You technically cannot do anything. All you just need to do as a parent, pray for them, as they will say, pray for them. Yes, we will keep praying, but in the midst of praying for our children, some of them have gotten it wrong in that sense, when they've made that decision and then the decision didn't come up well, and then they go into trouble. In that sense of they're going into trouble, wherever trouble they're going through, it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come and bite you as a parent. And then you are there as a parent, sobbing, crying, because you're there, you're dealing with it. You can't even tell your community, you can't even share it, because they're going to stigmatize you. Or they're going to laugh at you and say, oh, look at that one, that the child is this, that one, that the child is that. So for that reason, we intend not to share our problem. We tend to cover it up. And that's not healthy. It's not healthy. It is not healthy. Because for you as a parent, you've done what you know how to do best. But that child that have gotten themselves into issues, they are the one that will face the music. You, on the other hand, as a parent, you emotionally is draining you, because no parents want their children to get into trouble. No parents want their children to get into trouble. So my take here is, you mothers that have children of 30s, late 20s, I think in their generation, they were not, you know, speaking out was not their, I don't want to use wrong words, so I'm kind of being careful what I say. Yeah, so our mothers that have 30 years old children above, or I would say from 25 above, I think they are not good at speaking out enough by advising upcoming parents to say, yes, my child have gotten it wrong. Yes, I have gotten it wrong with my parenting, but I have learned from it. Yes, my child have turned up well. I've turned up in a bad way, but he have turned a U-turn. He have made a U-turn. Because the more we are supporting ourselves, the more others are learning, especially the ones that are having issues right now, or they are learning from it. Even me that I'm here, I am learning. And sometimes, I think that's the reason why I actually brought this topic up, because there are some questions I ask myself most times, and I'm thinking, I wish someone were there that I could look up to when I was raising my children up, or perhaps someone was there that could give me an advice or say, this is how to go about this, how to go about it, but maybe I would have done better. Maybe I would have done better. So now, I advise upcoming parents that when you have children of young age, 0 to 5 years old, that is the best time to bond with that children. Or I would say 0 to 10 years old. Bond with that child as much as you can, because trust me, time flies. Time flies. Especially in this Western world, time flies. These children might want your time. I know the society does not allow us to spend that quality time as much as we should, because of the bills that is out there. We got bills to pay, you got this to pay, you got this to pay, you got that to pay. For that reason, we intend not to spend quality time with them as much as we can. But let me shock you, 0 to 10 years is just like that. It's just like that. So enjoy that moment with them. When they are off school, spend time with them, take them out, create a memorable time with those child that money cannot even buy. It's not about buying gift for children. It's okay to buy gift for children, there's nothing wrong, but let me tell you what stays in there the most. That moment that you spend with that child, that moment that you went to the park that doesn't cost money, you went there and do swing with them, you went there and play with them. That is the moment that sticks there. That is the moment that sticks there. That sticks there. So to me, I would say spend as much as you can with 0 to 10 years, because you are bonding with it. That is my advice for upcoming parents, okay? Because when they get past that age, when they hit 16, that's those age where they want to be left alone, they want to do their thing, they don't want to, you know, big boy, big girl. They want to do big girl thing, they want to do big boy. It's okay to do it. We've all been there. But the difference between back home and here is because back home we are not confined, and we are not constructed the way the Western world is constructed. That is the difference. Back home, you can play outside, you can play, you know, it's totally different compared to the Western world. A child can imagine they are on midterm now. The children are home, they are home, confide in their own home. Some parents that have children to go to holiday, good, take the children to holiday, but then when they come back, they're inside. You know, some of them that is lucky to have cousins around, they go to their cousins' place. But back home wasn't like that. Cousins come around, neighbor comes around, you play outside, you know. So it's totally different. Here we are confined in our environment. So we as a parents, we need to come together, because it is lonely out there. It is very lonely out there. I just feel that we are not supporting ourselves enough as a minority, which it shouldn't be, because when you look, let me use Oyibo support themselves in everything that they do. I'm telling you, I have a group that I join. In that group, there's nothing silly. When I mean silly, there's nothing silly that they can't put in there. They will put it in there. So even me, because I love comments, I like to read comments. So the comment, I learn from that comment. So what am I saying is, they are not shy to say things. They are not shy. They will say it. Even when their child is going through situation, they will still say it. My child is going. The other day I was reading a comment. A woman said, our child is planning suicide. You know. And then when she put it there, the amount of parents that actually commented there was unbelievable. The amount of parents that commented there were like, oh yeah, our child 10 years ago, our child was in this situation. I'm telling you, this is 13, 14 years old, 15 years old. Some of them said my child was 13 years old, she committed suicide. Some of them said no, she was attempting to commit suicide. This is what I did. I'm going to link you up with this. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. They were supporting themselves in that comment section. And I'll say, wow. Wow. I wish my culture can do this. How many of us here that is watching me? How many of us is here? How many of us are here that is watching me, that can boldly come out in my society, even me that is talking, to say, oh, my child is going through this, who have been through this before? What did you do? Can we boldly do that? Can we say it? I can guarantee you is no. That's going to be the answer. It's not that to say it is a problem. The problem is the person that is going to listen to me, or the person that is going to perceive it, or that is going to take it. How would they take it? Would they shame me for that? Or would they criticize me for that? Would they criticize that my child? Or would they body shame my child? Or would they stigmatize my child? You understand what I'm saying? So I believe that's the reason why we as a parents, we are not coming up to speak out. We are not speaking out enough. We are not speaking out enough. We need to stop. We need to stop. We need to stop that habit of not supporting ourselves. We need to stop it. Even if you can't say it, does not mean another person cannot say it. We need to stop it. When somebody come up with their problem, to say, I'm going through this, I'm having a mental breakdown, my child is going through this situation, let's support ourselves. Let's support ourselves. My community, I am crying out for you guys. Let not cover our problem. You know, we intend to cover our issues. Our issues is like that. It's buckled up in here. We don't want to say it. That's how it is. We Africans, we don't want to say it. We're covering it up. We're pampering it. Because if we say it, people are going to laugh at us. Let's get into that habit where we are not afraid, or we are not shy to talk about our problem. Yes. As long as we are living, there's going to be problem. We have children. Our children are going to go out there and then make the wrong choices. And then what? How can we support ourselves? Let's come together and start supporting ourselves. It's our time. We need to break free from that shying away of not supporting ourselves. We have a parents that their child has been stabbed out there, and then the parents is there. We go there and say and give them a condolence visit, and that's it. We forget that these parents are dealing with grief. We forget that these parents, I'm pretty sure what is going on in their head is, how did I got it wrong? How did my child got it wrong? So let's start supporting ourselves. Especially parents that have got children that is above 25 years or above 20. Any parents that is above 20 and they've got children, and the children, if they turn out well, good. Come up, let's talk about it. What did you do? Was it just the child that just chose to be a good child? Or did you apply, what strategy did you use in your parenting? Did you, some people will say, every day I do, what's it called? Some will say that I do, what's it called? They pray together every day. That brings children together. Because children of this society, once they grow up, some of them, not all of them, not generalizing, once they hit that age of adulthood, some of them don't want to spend time with their parents. They don't want to. They want to go far. And then you will see some parents who say, yes, when my child was at home, I was doing daily prayer with them just to bring them together. I was doing, like me now, my culture in my house is today that is Sunday. I do, that's the way I bring my children closer to me. It's like a union that I do. So most is either Saturday or Sunday. Like if it's Pixar, if it's rap, anything that I want to do, or maybe perhaps I'll do it myself, or I'll order it, and then I will say pull movie. I'll ask one of them, I say pull movie. I want them to make the choice of that movie. I'll say pull movie, let's watch it together. And then I will sit with them. We'll be watching that movie. So through that time, I'm able to go, oh, and then we are able to talk about that movie. Oh, it was interesting. Oh, the other day my son pulled movie for me. I finished watching it, and then I told him, I said, that movie was very interesting. I said, you know what? We are going to watch it together. I want you to watch it, because that movie, there's a lot to learn from it. He was laughing. He was laughing. So I said, Mom, okay, I will watch it. I knew you would like it. So that's how I can relate with my children, having that quality time with them. Perhaps some people feels like, okay, maybe if I eat together with my, because when we were growing up, that's what we used to do. Our parents thought of that when you eat in the same plate, it brings you up, it creates a bond, it creates a memory, it creates a unity among siblings. Hello, is that right or is wrong? Among us that ate in the same place, can you reflect back? Eating in the same plate with your siblings back then, now that you've grown up, some of them you still have that unity of togetherness, but how many families today have that unity? Let's be honest, of togetherness, despite all that we did together, that our parents made us to do together, of we have to eat together, we have to sleep, even when we're sleeping in the same bed, 5-6 children sleep in the same room, cousins sleep in the same room, that create bond. Is that the case today? So where have we gotten it wrong? Where have we gotten it wrong? Children of this generation, they don't want to eat together with their siblings. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some children, even when their brother or their sister use cup, they don't want to use it. In my household, have half water all over the place. Even if it's the same person that used it, as long as it's half, they will open it and smell it and say, that's not for me, I'm not drinking it. That is in my own household. So in your household, is it the same? Is it the same thing? So where did we get it wrong as a parents? Where did we get it wrong? Children are crying for love. Is it the society? That is it because of work? And we are not spending much time the way we should spend with children. Is that why the children are not so, I don't know. Is that why they're not having that empathy? Is it empathy? I don't know. What's the right word to use? Children of this generation, what is the difference? What is the difference? Back home we have less, but the love that we show to our parents is extraordinary. Regardless of what they have in feeding you, we are appreciative. We show that appreciation. We that is in Western world, I believe that we didn't want our children to go through what we went through. I believe that's the reason why some of them, they are rude. Are you talking about the people here or the... Yeah. So what have we done? What you know? So where did we get it wrong? Some of, when you mean some of them are wrong, is it the children that are wrong? Some of them are rude. Is it the children? The children are rude. Yes. So some children are rude because children, they intend to pick up from their parents. They intend to pick up from the society. They intend to pick up from their friends. Okay? Because a child cannot just be rude for being rude. If parents are rude, children are there's every tendency that the child will copy. that rudeness from the parents. All right. When you see some children that are kind, you know the parents are kind. If that answers your question. Again, even when they are not, it's not from their parents. It could be from their society, from who they mingle with. And children tend to pick up from their peers. When they are hanging around with peers that are rude, the peers using some words that they didn't even get from their parents, children tend to pick from their friends, and then they will start using that word. If that answers your question. So when you see a child that is rude, you need to watch out. Is it coming from home, or is coming from the background of the child, the school, so is holistically, you have to really look at it holistically. Is it from parents? Is it from, but 99% of the time, most children are rude are coming from parents, because they pick up habits from parents. When you see some children that swears a lot, you will know they pick it up from their parents. You see more these small children, when you see them using F word, or you see some children as little as they are, they will know the difference between white and black. You will know those children, they pick it up from their parents, because they are children. They definitely pick that habit up from their parents. Because if their parents are not, don't like do, there's every tendency that the children, they will impart it on their children, and then the children will pick that same habit of not liking Daki. But that, I don't want to deviate from my topic. So where did we get it wrong as parents? Are we confident enough to really come out and support ourselves as parents, to say, yes, I've gotten it wrong in terms of my parenting. I have gotten it wrong in terms of my parenting, and I'm willing to relearn and grow. Because we as a parents, we have to grow. We have to relearn. We shouldn't be rigid. We shouldn't be rigid. We should not be rigid at all when it comes to parenting. We should be. I was talking to a girl the other day. She was telling me how she's not in a good terms with her mom, because her mom is very strict. Her mom is this, her mom is that, her mom is that. So even when her mom passed today, she won't have any feelings. I said to her, I said, listen, I said, your mom, you might not like whatever your mom is telling you, but remember, she is correcting you in love, but you might not understand it. So my take is, are we confident enough to share our burdens to our community? Are we confident enough to come out and say, yes, I have gotten it wrong in the area of my community, or in the area of my parenting with my children? Are we confident enough to say, yes, my child is doing well today, it's not because of me, it's because that child chose to do well for himself? Are we confident enough to say, yes, I supported my child, or I was absent in my child life, that is why my child have turned up like this, but I am willing to learn and relearn? That's what this topic is all about. It's about us coming together as a parents and supporting ourselves. We need to come together and support ourselves. It's our time. We need to stop shying away from our problems, shying away from our of the issues we are going through. Because we feel that if we say it out, people are going to laugh us. If we say it out, people are going to stigmatize us. If we say that, our community, our society are going to mock us. Let them mock. Oyibo, is it that Oyibo, Oyibo don't have that? They might mock themselves, but they will still support themselves. That's the difference between Oyibo and us. We will not support ourselves. We will not say out our problem. We will not speak out. We will not even elevate ourselves. We will not encourage ourselves. Why we intend to put it here and be guiding it? I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let the problem be there. It shouldn't be like that. Let's support ourselves. Let's support ourselves. Let's encourage ourselves. I've been in that situation. My child have been in that situation. My child have been in that situation. This is the strategy that I used, that my child was able to get out of that situation. Are you bold enough to come out and say that? Are you bold enough? Or the children that we are raising up, they are there looking at how we are leading them, and then we are imposing our parenting, which we feel is the right parenting. We are imposing it on them. Perhaps for them it's not the right parenting. Have you listened to your child? Have you supported them? And you think you have done all what you need to do as a parent, and then this child just choose to just take their own path, and then they've made a decision and the decision is not leading them well, and then it has led them to a wrong path, and you as a parent have to deal with that. Can you share your advice? Can you share your opinion? Can you advise other parents? Can you advise other parents to say, yes, my child went through this. This is what I did. Can we do that? Or we are shy to talk about it? Or we feel when we talk about it, people are going to laugh at us? I really want to know, because I question myself most times to say, wow, I wish our mothers, which was our mothers of 60s, 70s, that gave birth to children in this Western world, invite you to co-host. Should I accept? So, you know, is can we say that, to say, yes, my child has gotten it wrong, and I really need to learn from it, or I can advise other parents that is going through this situation. Can we do that? Let's start supporting ourselves. That is the reason behind this topic. Let's start supporting ourselves. Our 60s mothers, our 70s mothers that have children over 25, they were not bold enough, or perhaps, again, maybe it's that mindset of I don't want people to laugh at me, so they kept it to themselves. But we that is coming up now, let's start supporting ourselves. Let's start speaking out about our parenting. There's no manual for parenting. When I gave birth to my first son, nobody prepared me for that first year. Even the first 2 weeks, let me put it that way. The first 1 month, no one prepares me to say, this is what you're going to go through. This is what you're going to grow. No one. I was shaking. I remember when my child, I was shaking. The first bath, I was shaking. Because there was no experience whatsoever. No experience. So sometimes I question myself. Why is there no parents out there talking, educating us about when a child hits 20, this is what you are going to face. When a child hits 22, this is what you're going, or starting from 18 years, going back to where I started from. Starting from 18 years, that adulthood, when they start making their own decision of then saying, Mom, I'm going to Afghanistan. Mom, I'm going to wherever they want to go to, Morocco, they want to go to Egypt, and you can't stop them. Starting from that 18 years, can we boldly support ourselves? Yes, you can see some parents who say, hey, that's how they are. All we say is, oh, that's how they are. They are all the same. That's how they are. They are all the same. You see some parents who talk about how their children are working. Their children are not supporting their parents financially. Can we come out and support ourselves as a parents? Can we support ourselves more? To say, this is what I did when my son is working, or my child was working. This is this is the strategy that I use for my child. It actually worked for me. Can we support ourselves in that area? Maybe there is out there, I haven't come across it, because I am still finding it. I'm still looking for it. That information where someone could come up to say, my child was 18 years when he started making decision. This is what I came across. This was the challenges I came across. This was the challenges. I could boldly say it now. When my child hit 18 years, the challenges I went through was the decision of, the other day, my son woke up 24 hours of the day. He said, Mom, I'm going to Dubai. He's going tomorrow. He's telling me today. That's one of the challenges. Can I stop him? No, I can't stop him. He already booked his ticket. That is the adulthood we are talking about. Did anybody pre-warn me about that? No. No one pre-warned me. Did anybody pre-warn me to say, you know what, when your child is 18, there are certain things that they're going to be doing, and then you're going to feel like, oh, okay, is this adulthood? Okay. Because my adulthood, when I hit 18, my adulthood was different. Was totally different. But the Western world adulthood, they feel that that freedom is there. So they do whatever pleases them. They make decision. It's down to you as a parent to accept it or not. But they've said it. You can't do anything about it. So our mothers out there that didn't give us this information, or that didn't pre-warn us, or that didn't maybe perhaps was not bold enough to pre-warn new mothers coming up to say, you know what, at this age, this is what you're going to experience. I think this is the whole point of this video, of this recording, of this live screen, and I'm going to be doing more of it. I'm going to be talking more of the challenges that we go through as a parents, the challenges that children go through, how we should support our children, what we should do, the strategies we should do as a parents, key stages of children, of how to support them. If you want me to start from birth, I will start from birth. Because my experience, of my overall experience, I have worked with children myself for over 10 years. So I have experience of children development. I've got children of my own. So with my own children experience, I can advise you. So if you feel like you have something to say, don't be shy to say it. We are all here to learn. So this live screen, Family Reality TV, is not just Family Reality TV. It's a reality TV where we come together, we learn, we talk our problem, we talk about so many topics is going to be coming up, where we'll be talking about parents going through challenges, which I'm talking about now, and we are shy to talk about it because of the stigma, or because of the stereotyping, or because of our society. They're going to laugh us, so we are not supporting ourselves enough. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how can we support our sisters and brothers that are going through divorce, because our society sees them to be outcasts when such happen. So that will be another topic of another day, perhaps maybe next week Sunday. I'm not too sure, but I will let you guys know when I'm bringing up on that topic. But today's topic is about, let's come together and support ourselves. Let not shy away from supporting ourselves. Let's support ourselves. Let's support ourselves. If we have issues, please Host, I want to know, giving birth, is it not that painful? It's very painful. Oh dear, it's painful, but it's a good one. It's a very good one. It's a very good one. That's why you see some women still have 10, 20 children, 15 children, 13 children. Because if it's that painful, I don't think they will go for go for the second one, go for the third one, go for the fourth one, go for the sixth one. To me, would I say it's painful? It is painful, but the pain is bearable. If you can agree with me here, tap and say yes. If you can agree with me here, tap and say yes. So if you can agree with me here, I want to see you tap and say yes, it is painful, or share your experience of childbirth, because somebody is asking how painful it is. Yes, it is painful. Hello my sister, I can see you, Gloria. It is painful. So how painful it is? So she's asking how painful it is. Can you describe how painful a childbirth is? Okay, invite Esther. Do you want to join? How painful it is? Can you describe it? It's as painful as needle, isn't it? Yes or no? It's as painful as needle. My sister Gloria. Hello sis. It's as painful as needle. It's as painful as needle. Can you agree with me? Childbirth is as painful as needle. It's just like when they give injection like that. Pew. It is very painful. Not very painful. It's not very painful. Sis, my sis. Hello, can you send me request, Sister Gloria? Can you send me request so I can add you to the chat? Longest time. Send me a request so I can add you to the chat, Sister Gloria. So yeah, it's very painful. It is very painful, but I don't think it's that painful. But at the end, it is also a beautiful experience. Of course it is. Sister Gloria, can you self-love? You're here. Okay. Sister Gloria, send me an invite so I can invite you to invite you. Send me an invite. Yeah, so she's actually asking if it is painful, and somebody said it is very painful, but it's a beautiful experience. Of course it is a very beautiful experience. They are our joy, our pride. And self-love, I can see you. Welcome, Sister Gloria. I can see you. Welcome to my live scream. I'm in the kitchen. Okay, that's fine. You're in the kitchen, that's fine. Maybe next time we will talk. Nice to see you on my live screen, Sister Gloria. That's my childhood friend. We went to school together. How are you? How is the family? How are you doing? So let's go back to what we were talking about. We were talking about we should support ourselves. We should support ourselves more as a parent. Let's come together. Let's share our experience. Just like this, our sister that asked the question of how is the childhood experience. We can share it. We can share our experience. Was it a straight one? Did you pull when you had your first child? There are some people that actually pulled when they had their first child. Pull came out. Some people didn't. I'm not diverting from my question. My sister is laughing. I'm not diverting from my topic. You know, I'm not diverting. So is somebody's question I'm responding to. So the first child, some people will just, their anus, they will pull. So that's a beautiful experience, isn't it? And then some people don't. Some people will be in labor for 3 days, and then they'll be going through contraction, and the contraction their service, because it's very slow, and then their service takes time to dilute. And then you see some people in 6-7 hours they've given birth. You see some people 24 hours, some people 1 week, 1 month. So it all depends. My experience, my first child, I think it was overnight, and then overnight, contraction started little by little. My water broke, and then I didn't dilute on time. I think they have to inject me, so that, because I think at the point it pulled, and then they needed to inject me so that my contraction can start. I think that was how I gave birth. So yeah, my sister, going to your question, it is not painful, because if it's very painful, women would not have been having 10 children or even 15 children. There's a post I saw today, somebody shared it on their Facebook, that Italian government are crying out because our people are giving birth. they are giving too many children in Italy. So they said the government is crying that they need to reduce their rate of giving birth. So my question is, if it was painful enough, these people will not have been giving birth. That's how I'm going to look at it. Because I don't think childhood might be painful, but I don't think it's that painful that you cannot go for the second or third time, fourth time or fifth time. That is how I can compare it to. So it's just like injection, basically. Because they give injection, you feel that pain. I say, oh, and then when you go back again, you want to have injection. You're still gonna take the injection. You will still, that moment is that moment of pain. After that moment of pain, that's it. So you don't feel it that much. So to me, childbirth is not painful. In my own opinion, childbirth is not painful. It might be painful to you. If you think it's painful, just like my sister that said it's very painful, you put it there, how painful your experience was. So let's go back to my topic. My topic we're talking about was, let's start supporting ourselves as parents. Let's support ourselves. When we have a grown-up children, your experience, let's bring it up. I've seen some parents, they will say, oh my goodness, my child is working, they are not supporting, they don't want to, they will use their money to go and buy this, to buy that, to buy that. They don't want to support at home. Are you in that category where your child is working and they don't want to support? What did you do? When your child finished uni, did you tell your child to just go and get their own place, or you still left them at home and then be collecting money from them to support you, to pay rent? Or what did you do? We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear from you. We want to learn from you. What did you do? Because we have parents here that they've been in that situation right now, and they are thinking, what did other parents did? Do they support their children to say, okay, you know what, be giving me money, let me be saving it from you so that you can go to property ladder? Or do they just say, you know what, from uni don't come home, just go and rent your house? Or do they keep them at home and then still collect it? So there are so many experiences out there. It's just for us as community to start coming up and talking about it. What did we do? How did we support our children? Remember, my take here is, how did we support our children? How are we going to support our children when our children is in that age of making decision for themselves, which is from that 18 years of age? We need to start coming up as parents, to start talking more, to start supporting ourselves more, to say, my son have gotten it wrong, my child have gotten it wrong. You see 18 years old, get pregnant, and mom is at home stuck. She's sobbing at home, blaming herself, thinking she's the one that didn't do it, or her parenting was not good enough. That was why the child got pregnant. Is that the case? Is that the case? Can my people come out here and really say it, to say, oh, I've been in that situation. You don't need to beat yourself over the mistake of your child. The child have chosen that path. She got to deal with it, or he got to deal with it. Can we encourage ourselves in that aspect? That is the whole point of this platform. Let's come together. Let's support ourselves more. Let's start talking. Let's start talking. Let's start supporting ourselves more. Let's learn from one another. Let us learn from one another. Is it right for kids to use money to buy expensive things? It's their money. You can't stop them. That's what I would say. You can't stop them. It's their money. Children of this generation, you see that they want to go and buy trainers of 250 pounds. They want to go and buy whatever they want to buy as whatever they want to buy. You can't stop them. It's their money. All you need to say to them as a parent, just say, you know what, it's going to fizzle out, because this thing you're buying is a temporary thing. You use it 1 or 2 days or 2 times, it's going to, then you won't like it anymore. That's waste of money. I say to my children, if you're buying it, it's okay to learn, because they learn anyway. Because our children, sometimes when you tend to guide them or lead them, they don't want to listen. So sometimes I think mistake is the best teacher. So let them learn. Let them explore. Let them explore. Let them learn. Because through that, I'm willing, they can go and buy trainers of 250 pounds. If you stop them, tomorrow they're going to say, why are you stopping me? It's my money. I work hard for it. But when they buy that 250 pounds trainers, and then they buy another one, when they have their responsibility, go and mark it and see they'll be buying that 250 pounds. They won't be buying it anymore. And then they'll be beating themselves. If I knew better, I wouldn't have even buy that in the first place. So, but if you're stopping them, they won't know why you're stopping them. So sometimes allow them to make that mistake, and then they will learn through that mistake. All I do is a guide. I just guide. I will tell them, but I won't stop them, because I want them to learn. I want them to learn. That's what it is. I want them to learn. If you know that this topic is interested and you are gaining, I want to see you say, I'm loving your topic. I want you to type it there to say the topic is very interesting. If you know this topic is interested, I want to see you type it there to say, yes, I am enjoying this topic. And if you agree with me that we need to come out more to start talking, if you agree with me as a parent that is here, even you're a parent, you're not a parent, you feel that the topic is very interesting, we need to start coming up more, put it there to say, yes, let's talk more about this, or you want to see more of this topic. I want to see you type it there to say, yes, let's do more of this. And then we can arrange a time where we're going to be doing more of this topic. So we bring different topic in, and then it will not just be just me talking. I want people to come up with their own experience. I want people to come up with their own experience, with their own advice, so that others can learn. I could share my own opinion and share my own advice, and others can learn. So this platform basically is for we to come together and learn. We are here to learn. We are here to support ourselves. We are not here to judge anyone. We are not here to scrutinize anyone. We are not here to point finger at anyone. We are here to pat ourselves at the back and say it is okay to get it wrong. It is okay to cry. It is okay to break down and say, yes, I have gotten it wrong, but I have learned. That is the whole point of this platform. Okay? So I'm going to call it a day. And I'll see you on my next live. perhaps next week Sunday. I'm going to come up next week Sunday with another topic. And then if you have a question that you want to ask me, or you have something that you want to say, or you want me to talk about, can you put it on the comment section? Put it on the comment section to say, I have got a child of so and so age. What is your experience? I'm going to share my expertise on that area. All right, I will be sharing my expertise. I am here to be open. I'm not going to clean shade any of my experience. I will talk on a sincere ground that this is my experience. I am willing to do that to support 1 or 2 persons. So if you have anything that you feel that bothers you, just like me, it bothers me. That was why I brought this topic up. That why is it that children above 20, nobody's talking about their challenges, especially with parents. Parents are not talking about their challenges, how they dealt with their children inside. You will see children and parents are fighting. They will look as if they are cat and rats at home. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Are we willing to support ourselves? Are we willing to talk about it? Are we willing to share our experience so that others can learn? That is the whole point. What did we do wrong? What did we do right? So that others can learn. All right? So leave it on the comment section, and I will be here next week, same time, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 5:30. I will be here next week. Okay? So follow me and like my video and share my share. I'm not asking you to gift me anything. The only thing you could do for me is to share my video, like and share and like my video. That's the only thing you can do for me. Share and like and follow me. The more you follow me, the more you hit the notification button. Once I drop my video, you will be able to see my video. Okay, so thank you, and I'll see you on my next live. Bye.